This is a turn-based strategy game where you move armies across a map, capture cities, gather resources, and fight battles to expand your kingdom. The game's twist is that the battles happen automatically. You set up your troops and use spell cards to help them, but they fight on their own. The game has this hand-painted look that makes it feel like you're playing through an illustrated fantasy book. Thank you kindly to Chimera Entertainment for sponsoring this video. So here's the basic flow. You're looking at a map with cities, villages, watchtowers and other locations, and you move your armies from place to place each turn. When you begin a battle, the game zooms in and your units fight automatically based on how you position them. You can cast spells during the fight using cards, things like healing your troops or making all your cavalry charge at once. But you're not clicking on individual units telling them what to do. After the battle you get gold and experience, then you move on. Your armies are led by heroes who level up, and each time they level up, you pick one of 3 random abilities shown as cards. These could be new spells for combat, abilities that help on the strategy map, or upgrades to cards. The units have different roles and stats, and each unit has special traits. For example, some ignore a percentage of incoming damage, and some are better against specific enemy types like monsters or undead. Some cause fear that makes enemies run away. The units come in groups, so when you recruit one unit of militia you might get 16 individual soldiers, but the elite cavalry might only have 3. This matters because the splash damage hurts bigger groups more. Now as you continue to win battles, the gold you earn spawns as physical loot wagons that travel with your army. If your army gets destroyed you lose those wagons and the gold in them, so you have to bring them back to cities with storage buildings to bank the gold safely. The cities and other locations produce resources each turn, for example gold for recruiting units, materials for building upgrades, and divine favor, which is basically mana for your spells. You upgrade locations to unlock better units and increase production, and use strategy cards to build things at these locations. For example, fortifications that add defensive troops, economic buildings that boost income, stuff like this. The map is split into 2 sides. There's the normal world, and then there's the corrupted dark side, full of dangerous enemies. You travel between these sides through these portal structures. There's this one faction in the game that actually uses a mobile capital city that destroys everything it moves over, which leaves permanent scars on the landscape. The game has 3 factions with different units and playstyle. There are 13 hero classes total with 37 variations, 113 different unit types, and over 150 abilities. Now as for the game modes, there's a campaign that tells the story of a queen leading her people through various conflicts. Then there's skirmish mode, where you play on randomly generated maps. You can play alone against AI, or with up to 6 players. And the game also has scenario maps, which are handcrafted experiences. The game essentially runs on a turn system where each hero has movement points that determine how far they can go. There are some units that slow down your army. For example, if you bring peasant workers with you, then your movement range drops. Artifacts that you find can sit in your army's reserve slots and give bonuses, but they take up valuable space too. So in the end, it's a strategy game that streamlines combat to focus more on army composition, positioning and resource management. And it's on a 40% sale starting on Steam tonight. The art style is very distinct and the auto battle system makes it play differently. And that sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.